Golf is a quiet game. Gentle walks, polite applause, and a demand for control. But beneath the calm, it's a battle with internal demons and the ever-present threat of collapse. A single swing can unravel years of work. A champion can become a cautionary tale in seconds. This is the soul of golf, beauty and brutality, triumph and disaster, all in silence. The stillness that breeds greatness also lets doubt creep in. Every golfer knows the game gives and takes, often with breathtaking cruelty. The sport's history is filled with heartbreak, championships lost on the final hole, legends humbled by a single shot. But one story stands apart, a collapse so total, so human, it transcended golf. The stage, Carnoustie, Scotland, a course as unforgiving as its name. Here, the wind howls, the rough is a jungle, and mistakes are punished without mercy. In 1999, Carnoustie hosted the Open Championship, drawing the world's best to face its challenge. No one could predict the drama about to unfold. They expected a battle with the course, but witnessed a tragedy in real time. A man stood on the edge of immortality only to fall into the abyss. It was a moment that echoed far beyond golf, a shattering of dreams in the quietest of games. This is the story of heartbreak, resilience, and a strange kind of victory in defeat. This is the story of Jean van der Velde. Jean van der Velde was never meant to be the hero. Ranked 152nd in the world, he was a journeyman from France, a country with little golf tradition. He had just one European Tour win and arrived at Carnoustie as an afterthought. His style was charming, but erratic, capable of brilliance, prone to mistakes. No one expected him to contend, let alone win. Yet there was something magnetic about him. The underdog, the everyman, playing with joy. He was there to make the cut, not history. But as the week unfolded, the big names faltered and van der Velde kept going. His rise was improbable, his story a fairy tale. The world began to believe in the affable Frenchman. He became the unexpected protagonist, the underdog, taking on giants. With each round, his legend grew. By the weekend, he was no longer a footnote. He was the story. Jean van der Velde was writing a new chapter in golf history. To understand van der Velde's tragedy, you must know his adversary Carnoustie. This is no ordinary course, it's a monster, designed to break even the best. Hard, fast fairways, swirling winds, and rough that swallows balls whole. The bunkers are deep, the Barry Burn a watery grave for dreams. In 1999, Carnoustie was at its most brutal. Narrow fairways, waist-high rough, and a setup that bordered on unfair. Scores soared. Even stars like Sergio Garcia crumbled. The cut line was 12 over par. Carnoustie became Car-nasty, a test of survival, not attack. The winner would be the one who made the fewest mistakes, not the most birdies. As the course claimed, victim after victim, one man seemed immune. Van der Velde navigated the chaos with unexpected poise. The beast of Angus was devouring champions, but the Frenchman endured. The stage was set for an unforgettable showdown. Carnoustie was ready to make history. The tournament began as expected. Scores soared, tempers flared, and Carnoustie dominated. But amid the carnage, Jean van der Velde quietly climbed the leaderboard. He opened with a solid 75, then stunned everyone with a brilliant 68. Suddenly the cameras found him. The world took notice. Was it a fluke? Most thought so, until he shot a steady 70 in round 3. By Saturday night, van der Velde held a 5-shot lead. Sunday dawned with the world watching. Could the ultimate underdog finish the fairy tale? The pressure was immense, but for 17 holes he held firm. He scrambled, saved pars, and kept his lead as rivals faltered. As he walked to the 18th tee, he led by 3. He needed only a double bogey 6 to win the Open. For a pro, that's almost a guarantee. The claret jug was within reach. The engraver was ready. All that remained, 487 yards to glory. The world held its breath. Victory seemed inevitable, but golf and Carnoustie had other plans. The 18th at Carnoustie is legendary for heartbreak. For Van der Velde, it should have been routine, a three-shot lead needing only a double bogey, the safe play iron off the tee, layup and two-putt. But Van der Velde reached for his driver, true to his aggressive style. The drive went right, avoiding the burn but landing in a tough spot by the grandstand. Still, he had a cushion. His second shot, instead of playing safe, he went for the green. The ball ricocheted off the grandstand into thick rough. The crowd gasped. The lead was slipping. From the rough, he hacked at the ball. It shot toward the Barry Burn. It hit the wall and bounced back into the water. In 3 shots, his lead vanished. Now he was fighting for survival, not victory. The calm was gone. Panic set in. The world watched in disbelief as the dream unraveled. The fairy tale had become a nightmare. The 18th hole was living up to its reputation. Van der Velde's championship was slipping away. The silence was deafening. Carnage had arrived. What followed became one of sport's most surreal moments. Van der Velde, shoes and socks off, waded into the Barry Burn, contemplating an impossible shot. The world watched, transfixed by the spectacle. Finally, he took a penalty drop, now lying 5. His next shot found a greenside bunker. The collapse was complete, every decision compounding disaster. But from the bunker, he produced a brilliant shot, landing 6 feet from the hole. The crowd erupted, a glimmer of redemption. He now faced a 6-foot putt for a triple bogey 7. Make it, and he'd force a playoff. Miss, and the collapse would be total. With the world watching, he steadied himself. The putt dropped. Relief and applause echoed across Carnoustie. He hadn't won, but he hadn't lost everything. Against all odds, he'd earned a place in the playoff. The most catastrophic collapse in major history had a final twist. Van der Velde still had a chance. The story wasn't over yet. The world braced for the playoff. The playoff was a cruel epilogue. 4 holes, 3 men, 1 last chance. Van der Velde was emotionally spent. His confidence shattered. On the first hole, he bogeyed. Laurie and Leonard made par. The momentum shifted to Paul Laurie, the local hero. Laurie, who started the day 10 shots back, was now surging. Van der Velde's game unraveled. Tired swings haunted by the 18th. Laurie played brilliantly, making a crucial birdie on 17. Leonard faded. Laurie seized control. On the final hole, Van der Velde double bogeyed, his dream gone. Laurie hit a magnificent approach, birdied and claimed the Open. Van der Velde, who had led for so long, finished tied for second. The final twist was complete. The fairy tale ended in heartbreak. Laurie's comeback was historic. The dream was over for Van der Velde. As Laurie celebrated, all eyes turned to Van der Velde. How would he handle such a public defeat? He faced the media with humor and humility. Refusing to blame luck or make excuses, he joked, "I don't think I have a mind to lose," and called it a sad French soap opera. His grace in defeat was remarkable. He reminded everyone it was just a game. Fans around the world were moved by his humanity. He became a beloved figure, his reaction more memorable than the collapse. The moment haunted him, but it didn't destroy him. He continued to play, always welcomed by fans. Van der Velde became an ambassador for resilience and dignity. His story was no longer just about failure, but about how to face it. In heartbreak, he found a strange kind of victory. Van der Velde's story is now golf legend, a parable about the fine line between victory and defeat. To pull a Van der Velde became shorthand for spectacular collapse, but his legacy is more than heartbreak. He showed the world there's honor in defeat and character in how we respond to failure. His story became bigger than golf, a lesson in grace under pressure. Today, Van der Velde is at peace with his past, even recreating the infamous shots with a smile. He understands his place in history. His agony gave golf one of its most enduring narratives. He may not be a major champion, but he is a legend of the Open. In golf's quiet, his story is a testament to the chaos beneath the surface.